Okay, welcome back to Elder Scrolls Online. Let's continue where we stopped. We need to find High Priestess Solgra. There's such a huge collection of bookshelves in here.
Malak, protect me.
I'm afraid if we start to read, we will not stop. And I feel like I want to move forward. Okay, what is this? On Orcs and the Afterlife. This is quite a very, very long lore book. I have never found it difficult to get an orc to talk about his or her beliefs when it comes to religion and the afterlife. As each orc clan and stronghold has a rich and vibrant oral tradition, this should come as no surprise. What did surprise me was how hard it was to form a coherent picture, as no two oral traditions agreed on even the most basic of concepts. In this time of conflicting faiths vying for the orcish soul, I found many of the tales I heard to be both extremely moving and extremely disturbing at the same time. Furthermore, I have been unable to locate a single tome related to the topic or find a reference in any other books on related subjects. The only way to learn about the orcish concept of life after death or a place of reward or punishment in a world beyond was by asking the right questions and listening to the various oral traditions. For after much research and countless interviews, I finally uncovered the orc equivalent to the tales of the Far Shows and Sovngarde. Indeed, it was the only thing that the various oral traditions seemed to agree upon, and through them I have discovered the Ashen Forge. For the orcs that revere Malakath, the afterlife promises rewards of immortality, abundant food and drink, and constant battle deep within the Ashen Forge. The Ashen Forge represents the culmination of the three constant truths of life among the orc clans: the Stronghold, the Grudge, and the Code of Malakath. Let me explain each of these concepts and discuss how they relate to the orc afterlife so that the meaning becomes clear, or at least as clear as each different stronghold attempts to make it. What follows is my best attempt to merge the divergent and sometimes conflicting tales into a single narrative. The Ashen Forge sits at the center of Malakath's own stronghold in the Ash Pit. According to some scholars, Malakath's plane of oblivion consists of nothing but dust and smoke and ash. But his followers believe that the internal emptiness contains all the things they hold dear and deem necessary to enhance their immortal existence. As the ultimate expression of the orc stronghold, Malakath's Ash Pit bastion stretches endlessly across the plains, extending even behind the stars to Aetherius, granting access to every worthy orc who crosses from this life into the next. In Malakath's stronghold, every orc is a chief, every chief has 1,000 wives, and every wife has 1,000 slaves to cater to their every need. What? The stronghold's walls rise 100 feet into the smoky sky, constructed of polished steel and worked iron. Inside the walls, stone keeps, iron towers, and massive longhouses surround the central square that houses the Ashen Forge. The Ashen Forge fills the endless space within Malakath's smithy, a massive hearth that burns with a fire said to be hotter than the sun. The thing that keeps this fire alive is the adherence by the orcs of Tamriel to the Code of Malakath, but more on that later. Within this fire, every orc must undergo the ritual of tempering when first they cross from this life to the next. They are thrust into the coals so that every grudge that he or she carried into the afterlife can be heated, melted, and eventually forged into the next generation of mortal orcs. With the grudges of Tamriel tempered and returned to the mortal world, the immortal orcs are now free to begin collecting a new set of grudges related to their new existence. Some particularly memorable grudges can also be hammered and worked into weapons or armor of legendary stature upon the Ashen Anvil, the gigantic workbench that stands beside the Ashen Forge. The heat that fires the Ashen Forge comes from the burning white-hot coals that are, according to the orc lore masters who would talk to me, the literal manifestation of the bloody Code of Malakath. They believe that the code fuels the fires of emptiness, betrayal, and broken promises, imbuing every newly forged orc with a foundation of grievances and resentments that will take them far in the mortal world. The hope is that every generation will be better than the next thanks to the efforts of the generation before and its ability to adhere to and follow the Code of Malakath. Still, Malakath's faithful believe they will be rewarded with immortality, nourishment, and constant battle deep within the Ashen Forge. A life everlasting filled with endless days of warfare, endless nights of food and drink, and ongoing opportunities to prove their toughness and demonstrate the quality of their steel. Fascinating, really, especially when contrasted against the beliefs of Trinimac's followers. Unlike the oral traditions of Malakath that twist and grow with each telling at every different stronghold, the traditions of Trinimac's faithful was surprisingly consistent, and they were happy to share them with me. High Priestess Solgra especially was extremely helpful in the preparation of this report. When a follower of Trinimac dies, she explained, he or she ascends to Aetherius to join with their ancestors. It seems that the afterlife for Trinimac's faithful also consists of endless war and celebrations, but with a great emphasis on once again spending time with family members who came before you. In the end, I guess I found the Trinimac version to be somewhat tame when compared to the more savage and visceral beliefs of Malakath's faithful. Okay, you know what? We've done enough reading. Let's move on and try to find High Priestess Solgra. But there are yet even more bookshelves. Thorn and Blood, the Briarheart's limbs sway. Feather and Fear, the Briarheart's limbs awaken. Bone and Claw, the Briarheart's limbs skill. Die, Briarheart, and lurch to life again. Old Orc Sayings. You know what? This is going to be the last one we read for now. Old Orc Sayings. Shields. Being a compilation of the oral wisdom of the orcs, collected here and recorded by Roald Kenway, who did live among the orcs for 60 and 30 years at the start of the Second Era. 1. When you smash your enemy's shield, beware the splinters. 2. Better a smashed shield than smashed ribs. 3. Nothing beats a shield for beating mages except a cuddle. 4. A shield full of arrows is better than a face full of arrows. 5. As immovable as a stone fortress, a wall of shields. 6. An axe is for cutting, a shield is for blocking. 7. A warrior's sword takes many lives, but his shield saves one. 8. A broken shield provides poor protection. 9. Paint your shield with the blood of your enemies. 10. A strong shield makes an attacker's heart despair. 11. A shield makes a bad plate, and a plate makes a bad shield. 12. One shield is priceless, but 2 shields makes you look stupid. Interesting. 13. They will fear us when they see our shields. 14. The shield that is whole in springtime is broken by summer's end. 15. An orc warrior has 2 loves, his sword and his shield. 16. You are the only shield your clan has. 17. Many are the cane stones of those who went into battle without shields. 18. A wooden shield is better than no shield at all. 19. If an enemy ducks behind his shield, cut off his leg. If he lowers his shield, cut off his head. Keep your shield in front of you, and Malakath will always be at your side. Stay right there. Another one. I love using that skill. I absolutely love it. Okay, so we have 2 in the Archernok. What were we doing in the Archernok? Increases your damage done with light and heavy attacks for destruction and restoration stats by 1.4. We haven't used our bow in a long while. I just kind of got tired of...
Don't let her escape!
I'll die before I let you hurt the others.
We're not well hidden here, so we cannot use the skill on them. Clan Fear has gone missing. Yep, that had to hurt. Just make sure we've not left anyone back there. Okay, there's a torchbearer here. We won't be able to kill any of those guys because the other will spot us. Yep, I knew it.
Killed one of mine. Orders be damned! You're going to die for that, priestess!
One? I plan to kill a dozen more if you don't leave my temple now.
I think this guy's gonna turn around and walk back in. Maybe we can take him out when he does that. Or on the other hand, he's just gonna stand there and stare at us. Yep, he has stood there too long. He's not gonna move. Where is the clan fair and the matriarch? I don't see them. Why does this person keep regenerating? Now you guys show up? Mazogog the Bald. Okay, let's roast him.
Don't worry about me. I'll be fine once I catch my breath. Just got the wind knocked out of me a little, that's all.
Do you know what this is all about?
Not exactly. They claimed to be devoted followers of Malakath and said they were working for Chief Buzrug. They caught us by surprise, threatened us. Did you run into Ugus? How are he and the others faring?
Well, Priest Ugas and the others are safe.
Well, that puts my mind at ease. I hated leaving them, but the others back here needed help too. But I'm still not completely certain what the attackers hoped to accomplish. Why take us hostage? Why not simply kill us and be done with it?
They wanted to embarrass the king.
Spill the blood of innocents and blame the king for their deaths, for not being able to protect his people. What a fiendish scheme. But the king sent you in his stead. Very astute on his part. That decision may have saved many lives.
What can you tell me about these fanatics?
We were supposed to assume they were Malakath devotees, but they didn't seem particularly religious to me. Even I don't believe Malakath would sanction a slaughter such as this. They mentioned Chief Buzrug, though. Said he gave them their orders.
Do you think Chief Buzrug was behind this attack?
I've always found the chief to be noble, but it doesn't take a lot to change a person. His forts ravaged, his traditions threatened. I can see how such things could lead to this. The king and the Forge Mother must be told what happened here.
Okay, we'll do that.
By Moloch, what now?
I don't feel like wading through this whole place again, so... Yeah, if we go all the way back, we're gonna have to fight through all those enemy hordes again. So how about we just do this?
I'm glad to see you and the priest alive. I believe things may have played out very differently if you hadn't agreed to my plan. But what of the High Priestess? Is Solgra all right?
Yeah, she's fine.
That is good news indeed. I will make sure that a military contingent protects this temple going forward. It will not be left undefended again.
A military contingent?
Increased patrols around the perimeter, soldiers assigned to guard the inside of the temple. The priests will not have to live in fear of another attack, not so long as my son is king. I assume you know who claimed responsibility for this?
Yeah, the Fanatics claim to take orders from Chief Bosrog.
Bosrog has never agreed with Kurog. He made threats in the throne room, as I'm sure you heard. Besides, his boldness and devotion to Malakath are legendary. It appears Bosrog wishes to challenge our king.
If Bosrog is behind this, what should we do about it?
My son needs to solidify his hold on the clans. All of the chiefs must accept Kurog as their king for the betterment of the Orsimer people. If we gain support of the clans, we can stop Bosrog without inciting an all-out war.
Is there anything I can do to help?
You have done much already. Many lives were in danger, yet somehow you managed to make sure none were lost. Please take this, for being so careful with my people and keeping their safety in mind. We will find you again when the king needs you.
Okay, we get Trinimax Penitent Sash and 1 skill point. Thank you.
Solgra, my child, come join us. Are you injured? Should I call a healer?
Thanks to our friend, I am well and ready to serve.
Yes, Our call for assistance has already proven to be a more than worthwhile endeavor.
Okay, that's a quest I can say was definitely worth doing, because we got our... It's always very nice to get a skill point for completing a quest. Makes it so worth it. I'm gonna throw all the skill points we have right now into... I'm gonna throw all of them into enchanting.
Guess what? I have another message for you from the king.
Who is talking to me? I don't see anybody. Oh, that's him down there.
It's wonderful to see you again, my friend, but I really wish the king would find someone else to serve as a messenger. I have so many other talents that could greatly benefit Orsinium.
What does the king want this time?
I have no idea. Although I did hear something or other about a moot of some kind. I suppose the best way to find out is to go and see the king.
Where does the king want to see me?
In the throne room, up at the keep. Hopefully he won't be in too foul of a mood when you get there. He seemed out of sorts when I told him this was the last message I was going to deliver. Either he finds something else for me to do, or I'm leaving.
Okay, I guess I'll go see the king. Okay, this is actually a different quest.
The city's construction has begun.
I heard that they discovered a light of Meridian floating above the horizon.
My friend and ally has returned. Let's talk. I heard what you did at the temple. Your efforts no doubt saved countless lives. It pains me to learn that Chief Basrog was involved, though.
You know Chief Basrog well. What do you think he hopes to accomplish?
Basrog's never agreed with my plans. He's a traditionalist, stubborn and old-fashioned to the end. His unwavering devotion to Malakath, his hatred of Trinimac, his refusal to recognize my authority. I'd say Chief Basrog is getting desperate.
And what are you going to do?
Basrog wants to start a war. Damn it all to oblivion, we'll have to stop him. He has the strength to overwhelm the lesser clans, and he's no suckling cub when it comes to fighting either. If he were to make a challenge for my throne...
How can I help you?
It's time to assemble the Great Moot. I want you to visit the clan chiefs that still haven't come around to our way of thinking. Talk some sense into them. You need to get to them before Basrog poisons the well and turns them against me.
Do you really think the clan chiefs will listen to me?
You made an impression already, but don't worry. I'm not expecting them to come just because you asked nicely. The chiefs are stubborn, but they each have a problem that's confounding their clan. Solve their problems, and they'll attend the moot.
So you want me to help the chiefs?
Now you get it. Help the chiefs, and they'll be obligated to accept your invitation. I've tried to convince the chiefs of Tumnash, Morkul, and Shatul to join my kingdom. I even married a few of their daughters. We need a better solution.
Do I need to say anything specific?
Tell them that you come to help in the name of King Kurog. That I'm hosting a gathering of clans, and I want the chiefs to attend. And it needs to be the clan's chief that comes to the moot. If they try to send a subordinate, I'll be highly insulted.
Alright, I'll deliver the message and help the clan chiefs.
Do whatever it takes. The chiefs must attend the moot. I trust you won't fail me. When this is over, Wrothgar will finally be forged into a united kingdom. Meet me at my Cornerclub after you finish. All this planning has given me a powerful thirst.
I don't think we need to ask details about the other clans and their chiefs. So I'm just gonna say, yep, thanks, yeah, we'll do that. So there are 3 chiefs that we need to recruit.
I'll be at this a while.
Okay, we're gonna have to do a lot of things to get these guys on board, but I feel like that's gonna be quite a... Let's see where they're located first. Okay, the first one is here. Okay, that's the first chief clan, that's the second chief clan. And that's the third chief clan. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. For right now, I think I'm gonna take a break. Then when we come back, we will pick up with a bit more Elder Scrolls Online. Alright, we'll be seeing in a bit.